Okay, class, this is a short video. I'm just going to go over one small tweak I've had to make for this test, or for this first test anyway. And this comes with just, first time running this class and not really realizing how long certain sections take to lecture and to cover. So what I've decided is to actually get rid of the last section, a 1E for this test. So if we go to your Blackboard show real fast, I'm gonna do the screen share real fast. Hold on, share the screen. Okay, you'll notice that this is in the schedule section in the screen share. So if you go to the course schedule, I have changed to today's lecture to cover 1D. I know at the very end of last lecture, I said to read 1D and then I gave you the homework for it. Well, we're going to cover it more in detail today. So if you read it, that's great. If not, that's not a big deal. You'll have you'll be a little bit ahead if you did get to go over it. So we're going to go over 1D. Now remember, Wednesday, we're going to go over test 1, and also you need to turn in your proposal and outline. So the proposal and outline needs to be turned in right here in the paper submission page. So you click here and you'll be able to upload upload your paper into Blackboard. So now, before you do that, if you haven't made your proposal already, I would read through the paper information page right here. Now, I had a student, so the proposal outline instructions are right here. So I had a student email me recently saying that she could not see this page. So if you cannot see it once you get into Blackboard, just email me and I'll send you the actual document. I don't know why it was doing that. It was probably, this is made in like a Word, online Word format, probably something goofy like that. So not a big deal. If you can't see this, let me know. But that is due this Wednesday in 2 days, right? The 27th, and today's the 25th. So any questions? So our first test is going to be Wednesday, and also the paper is due Wednesday. So any questions? I'm going to go over the test now. Okay, so the way the test is going to work is you're more than welcome. I mean, there's not going to be a Zoom session Wednesday. Okay, I'm going to send this out in the email as well. There's not going to be a Zoom session Wednesday. What we're going to do is actually I'm going to post the test in Blackboard. You'll see, hold on, if we go back to share screen, where you took that syllabi quiz right here in tests and quizzes, you'll see a test 1, okay? And that'll be open Wednesday morning, and you'll have all day to take it. So you can take it at any point. You're more than welcome to take it at the same time as our class, but we will not have a class on Wednesday, okay? We will not have a Zoom session on Wednesday. It will just be a test day. So you can take the test then, you can take it later in the night. It doesn't matter when you take the test. It just will have to be done that Wednesday. And I'll send out that information in an email. I'm going to write myself a note right now to remind myself to do that. So send email instructions. Okay. I'll send out an email, and it'll be more, that email probably have a little more detailed instructions, but in the end, it's going to be a Blackboard test. You log into it. You're going to have an hour and 15 minutes to complete it like a regular class. It'll be really probably, it'll be a mixture of multiple choice and open response. So make sure, and look, I'll grade those open responses. Your grammar is going to be graded on those open responses. So be prepared. It doesn't have to be perfect, but don't give me text talk, and make sure, to make actual sentences and not just all lowercase emojis and things of that nature. Okay. So any questions right now about the test? I haven't made it yet. I'm going to get done with this lecture and then I'm going to make it. So I don't know how many questions there's going to be, but I'll know you'll have plenty of time to complete it. Okay. So any questions about the test? Can you stop and start? No. Yeah, that's a great question, Emily. Once you start, you have to complete it. Yeah. Once you start, you have to complete it. So you'll have 75 minutes. So get to a spot that you, and so if you want to take it during this time, that's fine, because our class time would be now usually. So if you want to take it at 9:25. You're more than welcome to. It's just we won't have a regular Zoom session. It'll just be that test. Any other questions? That was a good one. Yeah, and when I send the email out, when I send the instructions in the email, when I send the instructions in the email, if I still haven't answered or if you think of another question, email me and ask. Right? If you're just not sure, email me. That's the best way to do it. But you have to get it done Wednesday. If it's not done Wednesday, I do take off points. Right? That's in the syllabus. I take off 20 points if it's a late test. Period. Okay. If something crazy happens, that's understandable. Email me. But you get 20 points off if for a late exam. Questions, comments, concerns? Everything from 1A to today. Well, I mean, not every topic will be. Okay, patience, that's the best way to think of it. So if you think of it as topics, then yes. And if we've got a little bit, I doubt we have time at the end. But yeah, your homework is the best way to go over to review for it. So I would get the homework tonight. I would try to find time to work on the homework from this section in 1D if you haven't already. And then go back and look at each section and just see what didn't make sense and focus on that a little more. Okay. So yeah, everything as in each topic. I mean, I haven't made it yet, so there might be a few topics that aren't there, but if I do, it's because I've cut it because of time reasons, not because I didn't want to cover it. Okay. Good question. Do we have diagrams on it? Yeah, that's a really good question. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do that. So there's a few ways to do it in Blackboard. One, I can upload, and then so instead of you making a diagram, Emily, it'll be you giving me information from a diagram. Okay. So yeah, there's no real way to like draw a diagram out, which is a bummer because if it was a regular class, we would be doing that. But it'll be more about me giving you diagrams like Venn diagrams and you giving me information from the Venn diagram. Yeah. These are good questions. Any other questions? I'm going to wait right here. I'm going to give you a few minutes if you're typing. And then we'll get into the lecture here in a minute. This is just going to be a little video. So if you go back to watch these lecture videos, this video is just going to be on this first part, just going over the test and how I updated the schedule. Yep. Okay. If you think of a question, ask me. But let's get started on the lecture today. We are going to cover 1D. So again, if you guys kind of came in a little late, some of you popped in here just a little bit ago. We're not going to cover 1E on the test. So we're going to stop at 1D. So it'll be 1A through 1D. So do we need, no, don't worry about section E. It is just gone. Okay. We are not covering section E, Emily, at all. So just due to time and having to move on, we're not going to be able to cover E, which is a bummer. If you want to read through E, if you get bored one day and you're like, man, I want to read some more of this math book. 1E is a really good section about arguments and analyzing arguments. So if you like winning arguments, if maybe, long-term, if you're looking at going to be, a lawyer or something of that nature, it's a good section on arguments and how to really kind of analyze the argument and kind of nitpick it in a way. Okay, so but just due to the length of this class, I won't be able to cover it, which is a super bummer on my side. So yeah, no, we're just going to cover 1A through 1D for the test. Okay, great. So I'm going to stop here and then I'm going to start on section 1D when we